Howdy-ho, welcome back to another episode of Amusing Bill, and we've got more Toehider here, Michael Mills and Salty, and the song is called He's There, and then he does that! So we'll figure that out afterwards. Let's check out some Michael Mills here. The dude is, as Arjen Lukinson has said, and I'll have to reiterate that, is that he has now become one of my musical heroes as well. The dude is unbelievable. I mean, he plays all the instruments, and Salty does the artwork. And that's a team that is unusual, but it works. So I can't wait to check this one out. In fact, I can't wait to check out all of his stuff. I know he's got some really long ones. We'll do them. We will. I promise you we'll get to them too. I want to do them with you guys. So I'm really happy you're here. The link will be below in the box. If you'd like to support that channel, this channel, those links are below as well. And like, share, subscribe. I'm going to pull up the screen. And I'm going to give Mike a big old like over here. Big old thumbs up. Make sure I'm still subscribed. I don't know why, but YouTube's knocking people out. So check to see if you are still subbed to either myself or to Mike. And let me know if they booted you out too. I have no idea what's going on, but it's an epidemic. And let's go full screen. Kids, buckle up. This is going to be fun.
Other than that, well, there's not much to comment on. Similar, not identical, but mostly the same. He thinks about all of the chances he's floundered. He picks up the pieces but scatters them out again. He never learns. The message seems to only get worse. His eyes won't be so sullen anymore, but it won't last long. Everything will be as it was, and out of nowhere he'll burst out with laughter, so overwhelmed with how funny it's turning out. Hilarious, trying things he's already tried. He's there and he does that, trying to turn it around like he always does. He's there. His responsibilities waves him out and leaves him in a pile on the ground. People are plentiful with their suggestions, make them themselves feel like they are contributing, but he's on to them, shutting out friend after friend. He's there and he does that, convinced that there's more and that this isn't good enough. He's there. Does happen only sometimes. Then he does that, running on instinct to feel like an animal. He's there, and he does that. realize that this is all there is. Nothing changes, it simply will be this. You struggle with the same things you always have. Take for granted the stuff that's not so bad. Things will stay more or less the same. Minor details, but not much else will change. Not the future, knowing what you've left behind. Never cross if you keep shifting that line. Or maybe some other time.
Wow, I mean, this guy's voice just, I don't know why, it just, it like fills me, it just, I don't know how to, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. But his guitar playing, then the piano that you hear there, pre-recorded, of course. But his voice, it's just, it's almost like there is just so much talent in this one dude. And it just blows me away. I love the dynamics too. He puts so much dynamics into his music too. It's very fast, then it slows down. It's high pitched and happy, and then it can get very melancholy and softened and really soft and slow, and then pick up again. Brilliant songwriter, brilliant composer. I would love to see if, you know, I love him in The Source. Ariane's The Source. But I'd love to see him do like collabs with some of these other amazing singers that are out there. Dan Vask, Eric Gronwell, or even Tommy Johansson. Oh my God, those two together would be, that's an orchestra, those two together. I'm going to go back a little bit here.
Not the future, knowing what you've left behind. Never cross if you keep shifting that line. Or maybe some other time.
Oh my God, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. When that screen came in, it wasn't screen, it was a super high note out of nowhere, out of the ether. Oh my God, I don't know what it is about his voice. It makes tears roll out of my freaking eyes. It's just bizarre. That's so freaking bizarre. I mean, I wonder if I can catch that spot. I think that's... Yeah, let's go. You know, people, there are mega stars in this world, very, very few of them, but there are mega talents too. Maybe even fewer, but my God, this guy should be huge. I mean, that voice, his guitar playing. And by the way, if you checking this out for the first time, if this is your first glimpse into Toehider, this man plays all the instruments. So everything that you heard there, the drums, the bass, guitar, everything, it's him. It's all him. The backing tracks, everything. It just amazes me. Wow, it really took my breath away. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. But before I go, let me, the close, the captions did not do any justice, right? So I'm going to try. I just want to try looking up the lyrics here. And here is with some slight variations, but other than that, well, there's not much to comment on. Similar, not identical, but mostly the same. He thinks about all of the chances he's floundered. He picks up the pieces, but scatters them out again. He never learns. The mess just seems to only get worse. Then he'll inexplicably find motivation. You'll see it. His eyes won't be so sullen anymore. But it won't last long, and everything will be as it was. And out of nowhere, he'll burst out of laughter. So overwhelmed with how funny it's turning out. Hilarious. Trying things he's already tried. He's there, then he does that. Trying to turn it around like he always does. He's there, then he does that. He does that, but only sometimes. He's good for a while, until all of a sudden, the burden of all his responsibilities wipes him out, leaves him in a pile on the ground. And this is like he wrote about my life. Mike, how'd you know? People are plentiful with their suggestions, making themselves feel like they're contributing. But he's on to them, shutting out friend after friend. He's there, then he does that. Convinced that there's more, and that this isn't good enough. He's there, then he does that. He does that, but only sometimes. He's there, then he does that, running on instinct and fear like an animal. He's there, then he does that. He does that, but only sometimes. I hope you realize that this is all there is. Nothing changes. It simply will be this. You'll struggle with the same things you always have. You'll take for granted the stuff that's not so bad. Truth. Things will stay more or less the same. Minor details, but nothing much will change. Not the future, nor what you've left behind. You'll never cross if you keep shifting that line. Or maybe some other time. He's there, then he does that, trying to turn it around like he always does. He's there, then he does that. He does that, but only sometimes. He's there, then he does that, convinced that there's more. He's there, then he does that. He does that, but only sometimes. He's there, then he does that, running on instinct and fear like an animal. He's there, then he does that. He does that, but only sometimes. Wow. I got to absorb this more. I got to take this all in because there's so many things going through my head right now. I'm just loving the language that he's using in this. This is not your standard type of poetry of rhyming. You know, the first line rhymes with the third line rhymes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that at all. It almost sounds like I'm just reading text. And the language that he's using too. Wow. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll be in there to, as I'm processing this, to let you know what I've come up with too. Love to hear what you guys say. Maybe you even know a little bit more that you can throw in there, but I am absolutely floored. Until the next time, folks, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. I love you guys. See ya.